Hey guys, welcome to the first day of spring. This is a little flow that is good for any multi-directional athletes. It's also great for the walkers and the hikers and the runners that are very active too. So just a little bit of work to help out your IT bands, the piriformis muscle, the hips, to keep you functioning, okay? So you want a couple of blocks, blanket in case maybe the knee's sensitive or if you need to sit on, and your yoga mat and a good attitude. So let's hit the mat, okay? And we'll come right to the front, square up those feet, okay? Have a little micro bend in the knees, lift your sternum, okay? And let's just square up the pelvis. So drop the tailbone, tuck under the pubic bone, zip the core, lift the heart. Hands to the heart center. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to slowly fold forward. So bend those knees generously, especially if you're tight in those hamstrings and back. You can put your hands there on your blocks, especially if you're really tight there in those hamstrings in the back. And we're going to inhale. Let's bend those knees. Chest is parallel to the ground. Then when you exhale, straighten your legs a little bit. I'll do a little side profile here. So you want to bend generously as you inhale. Exhale, lift the sits bones. You may not straighten the legs all the way, which is fine. Be aware. Be sensitive to what the body's telling you to do. So maybe keep a little micro bend and fold the torso in. But feel the sits bones lifting towards the ceiling, okay? And then inhale again. You'll bend those knees up halfway. Exhale again. Fold back in. Maybe you'll straighten legs a little bit more, okay? Again, bend those knees, inhale, lift the sternum, fold back in. Again, bend, fold in, bend, fold in, and we'll pause for a couple breaths. So if you need to stack those blocks up higher for yourself, do that. If you're comfortable putting the hands to the ground, that's fine, but don't become a hunchback, right? We're long in our spine. If it's comfortable, lift those sits bones up a little bit higher. Maybe shift a little bit on those hips and on the feet. Open up a little more space near the deep connective tissue there. Tuck the chin slightly. Breathe. If you're shaking uncontrollably, bend your knees more. Good, and then we're going to inhale up halfway. Bend your knees a little bit right now. We're going to flip back to the front, and I'm going to mirror you guys, okay? So have a block right underneath your head at whatever setting's best for you. And then we're going to straighten our right leg. Bend your left knee. Press your left hand into your block. Lift your sternum. We're going to inhale. Exhale, we're going to twist here to the right. So you can float your right arm up towards the ceiling, okay? Roll the right shoulder blade down. Or you keep your right hand on your hip, or go half bound arm. Feel your right glute pull back. If you're feeling any pulling in the inner groin on that right side, bend your knees some and also focus more on pressing more into the inside of your foot versus the outside of the foot, okay? Pause here, breathe in and out. Push the ground away with that left hand, and then slowly come home. We'll go to the other side. Blocks under the head. Let's straighten your left leg more. Bend the right knee. Lift your sternum. Inhale. When you exhale, you're going to twist left. Either again, arm up, hand on the hip, half bound arm, but feel your left glute push back more, okay? Roll the left shoulder blade down the back. If it's too much to look up, look down. Good, and then slowly come home. Slide the blocks to the side, bend those knees, and then inhale. We're going to step back with the right foot. Boom. And then everyone slowly inhale. Gently bend that back knee, but don't touch the earth. And then exhale. Press to the heel. Good length. Feel the left knee push forward, but make sure the knee doesn't go past your ankle. Again, inhale, bend. Exhale, push. Bend. Push. Bend, push as you exhale. One more time. Bend, push back. Good. Now we're going to come down onto that right knee. So if your knee's sensitive, throw that blanket underneath the knee, or you can flip your mat over if you don't have a blanket. Come all the way down. Keep your right toes tucked under for a moment, okay? Lift your sternum up. For some of us, you keep your hands on your blocks. Some of us put the hands on the thigh. But try to tuck under your pubic bone. You can even bring your right hand on that bony protrusion, your as is bone, and gently pull up on it. and lift up out of your pelvis. Push back through that right heel. Depress your weights down, squeeze them together, lift your sternum. Should feel a nice stretch going into the groin. We're also squaring up the pelvis here, maybe even the quad. Good, deep breath in. Exhale out, you're gonna flatten those right toes. Put your hands on your blocks of the earth, lift your sternum, inhale. When you exhale, come back to a half split. Now for here, keep your right hip right above the right knee, okay? We'll have a dorsiflexion in the left foot. Maybe keep the micro bend in your knee, especially if you're really, really tight in the hamstring. But lift your sternum up, depress shoulder blades down, and if it's comfortable, bring your torso closer towards your thigh. I'll do a side profile for you guys, okay? So if you're doing it here, coming forward, make sure too, you're not collapsing. A lot of tension here. We want to find length coming forward. Even if you have the micro bend here, right? Your torso can rest on your thigh, but keep the length in your spine to protect yourself. And feel that left glute pull back. Okay, so you keep your hips square. Nice job. Last breath here. Wonderful, then slowly come forward. We're gonna come up into a runner stretch, okay? And we're actually gonna go right back to downward facing dog. So hands can go on the ground or stay on the blocks. Step right back to down dog. Feet are square and then pedal. Even shift a little bit in your hips, almost doing like a twisted dog here. So you can get even up into lats and obliques. Those suckers get tight too from our running, from our hiking. Okay, and then either come down to table and bring that right foot forward, or lift the right leg up and step it forward. Hands back on the blocks if you need them, okay? Push the ground away, depress shoulder blades down. Inhale, we're gonna bend. Left knee, and then exhale, press back through your heel. Again, you feel the right knee and shin push forward, just make sure the knee doesn't go past your ankle. Again, bend. Exhale, extend. Again, bend. Extend. Bend. Extend. One more time. Okay, and then we're gonna come down onto that left knee. So if you need your blanket or flip your mat, do it. Come down. Try to keep those left toes tucked under, okay? Tuck under the pubic bone, lift your sternum, hands stay on the blocks, or put the hands on the thigh. Again, we're lifting up out of the pelvis and keep pushing back through the left heel. Obviously, if this really hurts your toes, if you have arthritis with them, keep your toes flat, okay? Depress shoulder blades down, lift your sternum, be very active, breathe. Deep breath in. Now when you exhale, flatten your toes, hands on the blocks, lift your heart, and then head back to a half split. Again, let's just keep that left hip right above the left knee, dorsiflexion in the right foot. If you need the micro bend in your right knee, do that. Lift the sternum, reach the heart forward, stay here, tuck the chin slightly, or come deeper if it's comfortable. Depress shoulder blades down. Good. Last breath here. And slowly bring it forward. We're going to go back to down dog and we're going to work into pigeon pose, okay? So, hands come to the ground. Up to runner stretch. Step back to down dog. Pedal the feet. And then I want you to lift your right leg up in the air. Bend the right knee, take the right heel towards that left glute, push the ground away. Bring that right knee and shin forward between the hands and come down. You can get your shin parallel to the edge of the mat, that's fine, but if it hurts too much, bring your right knee forward more and the heel can come closer towards the groin. Extend back through the left leg, make sure there's a straight line from your toes all the way up to that left hip. Use your props. So if you're leaning over to the right side here, put a blanket or a block underneath that glute, okay? Put the other block in front of you. Push the ground away. Tuck under the pubic bone so we can lengthen that psoas there on that left side. Elbows in, depress shoulder blades, lift your sternum. If this flexion hurts your knee way too much, you actually come out. You come onto your back. Bring your right leg to a, what is that? Forgetting right now, but oh, figure four, that's it. And then you hug the knee into the chest. Okay, that's what you do to modify. Okay, so, holding it if you're modifying, hold there. Otherwise, if you're here in the pigeon, release forward. Maybe you put your block down and put your forearms on the block. Maybe your head comes all the way down onto the block or onto the ground. Just make sure your shoulders are relaxing. So one shoulder's not higher than the other, okay? They're nice and even, releasing. Last breath here. We'll bring those hands under the shoulders. We'll slowly lift up. Now, if your knees hurt and you're on your back, stay there and you'll just change sides and do that modified pigeon on your back. Otherwise, tuck under those left toes, back to down dog and shake off the right leg. Right foot down. Left leg will lift. Bend the left knee, left heel towards that. Right glute, push the ground away. And then we'll bring left knee and shin forward. Again, square the hips. Use your props. Take a moment. Lift up. Straight line. Right toes to your hip. Hips are square. Elbows in. Depress shoulder blades down. Tuck under the pubic bone. Lift your heart. Breathe. And then release to your working position. Just make sure, again, shoulders are not crooked, they're square. We can round them more, right? Let them round so you can release. Head should be the same thing, long, not tensing, okay? So do what's best for you. Focus on your breathing, find those tight areas in your body, and breathe into those areas. So if you're feeling it really in the IT, left side, or your piriformis, the glute, when you inhale, feel like those areas are inflating like a balloon. And when you exhale, it releases, you deflate, and that tension deflates as well. Last breath here. Hands under the shoulders, slowly rise back up. Tuck under those right toes, back to down dog, shake it off. If you're on your back, you can stay there and just release the legs and shake it off there. If you're in down dog, you'll bring the left foot down, then slowly come back down to table, and we're gonna come to sit, okay? Some of us may need to sit on a block or a blanket, or maybe you'll need 2 blocks, okay? We'll sit down on our sits bones, feet out front, okay? We're gonna take the left leg, it's going to go underneath the right leg, and we're shooting for that left heel to come close to that right glute. And then we're taking the right leg over, and we're shooting for the top or the side of the foot to come contact in the ground, bringing the knees closer together. So our cow facing pose. If this really, really hurts both knees, maybe you'll do more cross ankle, okay? Or some of us will actually extend that left leg out, and you can have the right leg over like this, okay? So make sure you modify, do what's right for you. If this hurts your feet, maybe put a blanket underneath the foot, maybe on that outside of the left side if the ground's really bothering you. So once you're here, lift your sternum, Hands, push into that right thigh, lift up out of your pelvis. Depress shoulder blades down. You could already feel a lot of tightness here. So some of us are going to stay right in this moment, right where we're at. Some of us will lift the heart. And this is where another block can come in handy as we'll slowly surrender forward, okay? And you can put your forearms maybe on the block. Some people, their head will go towards the ground, past that right knee, and the head doesn't touch the ground. That's when you can use a block. Again, you can use a blanket and a block to release. And here it's okay for the torso to release into the thigh, okay? We're supported with the legs. So now here's what's cool too. You can stay right here, forward folding. Some of us though, may walk our arms over to the left and feel your right glute really push down and try and reach those right fingers past the left fingers, releasing here. You may get more opening through the armpit, down through lats and obliques, and plus down through the glute region of that right side. Piriformis there. Last breath. And we'll slowly inhale, we'll bring it up. Good. Lift that heart up. Release the legs. Shake it off if you need to. And then change sides. Right leg going under. Right heel towards the left glute. Left leg over. Again, if you need to modify, cross ankles, or here you would actually extend the right leg and bring the left leg over like this. Okay? Sit tall, hips are square, lift the sternum, gently press down through that left thigh, create a little extra space in the hips here. Depress shoulder blades down. Again, this could be it. You may say, wow, this is intense. I'm staying here. Some of us will go further forward. Again, maybe it's here, using your props, head to the block, head to the ground, right? And then you want to feel like your sits bones dropping down, like you're tucking them under, and then try and push them back as you're bringing the torso forward. And that will even create more space for the QL in the back. You can stay here. Maybe you'll walk your arms over to the right, and you'll really reach to those left fingers and feel that left glute drop down. And what's important is that you're doing what's right for you. Last breath here. Then slowly rise up. Gently release those legs. Your choice to either extend the legs out, okay? Separate the legs a little wider, but make sure if you're doing this, let me do a side profile, okay? That we're not falling apart. This is where a blanket could come in handy, or a block. If you sit up on it, it'll help elevate up a little bit higher. You can open the legs further forward, and you could do a little forward fold here. Hands could always be on your, your shins, your ankles. Keep your feet active. Don't let the feet just roll out, okay? Toes are pointing towards the ceiling, okay? So that's one version for you, if it would feel better. Again, if you need to sit on a blanket, you can do that. Bring the bottom of the feet together, and you're working in the bound angle. Heels press in, knees are dropping, lifting your sternum, depress shoulder blades down. Feel like your knees want to push forward, okay? Take your sits bones back, and then if it's comfortable, you come forward with the torso. Good. and slowly come up. Release out. And if you have the time, release on your back to come into Shavasana. Though if I say you have the time, make the time. And release there for at least a minute, if not 3 to 5 minutes, to really let your body, let everything go, all the tension. If you're by a wall, go ahead and kick your legs up the wall for this. Or if you don't have a wall, you can use your block and your blanket. I'll do our side profile here. Blanket could be under the head, back into a bridge position, block underneath the sacrum, legs up, bend the knees if you're a little tight in the hamstrings, or straighten the legs, and adjust the block as much as you need to make it comfortable for you. Palms up, and this is the same thing as legs at the wall, helping to drain any extra lactic acid out of the body for after the workout. So stay there again for a good 3 to 5 minutes, and then go on with your day and enjoy spring. Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy yourselves. We'll see you soon. Namaste.